In a world where Island Gems is recorded once a week, two friends must intern special help. But what will happen? No, that's not funny. That's not funny. I don't have a funny cold open this. Can I just... Is this it? Is this the intro?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
This can be it.
Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Island Gems, episode 11! I am Jay, and I'm here with my best friend, Raul. How you doing, Raul?
Hello.
Doing good?
I'm good. Just woke up like an hour ago.
Yeah. I texted Raul like twice, maybe 3 times.
Yeah,
like,
throughout
hey.
the morning, right?
Yeah. Hey, first of all, I sent them some messages about last night because we were hanging out. And then I'm like, by the way, when you wake up, we're recording. And then, like, I guess a few hours went by, and I'm like, you know what? Never mind. We'll record tomorrow. And then he's like, I'm up. And I'm like, perfect. We're recording right now. And that leads to something else that's funny. So we had decided to bring out some help along with, like to help us out with the podcast. Something I discussed with Raul. And we decided to bring someone who can be like a behind-the-scenes producer to help us with like fact-checking, help us like looking up info, so it becomes a little more seamless. We made that Jamie joke on the last episode, so yeah, we have a Jamie now. And he's also going to be there to like write down maybe on a little notepad whenever something funny happens, so that I can more consistently upload highlights while not having to go through the excruciating pain of listening to the whole fucking 3-hour podcast, which I just recorded, to then fucking cut highlights in, you know? So it's a little experiment. I think it's going to work out great. But the funny thing is that my friend Luis, which is our producer, say hi, Luis.
Hello.
There he is. So he texted me in the morning. He's like, hey, are we recording today? And I'm like, yeah, I think we're recording around 12. And that's when I texted you, Raul, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then after a while, I was like, I don't know if we're recording after all. Maybe let's maybe record on Monday, because we're off. Monday's a holiday, and damn, I'm about to sneeze at every second. This is gonna be a long episode. So I'm like, let's just record on Monday. It's a holiday. Let's let Raul sleep. So I tell Luis that, and he's like, okay, dope. And then you wake up, Raul. So then I text him. I told you I was gonna call him, so I call him, and I'm like, hey, Luis, you busy? He's like, yeah, no. And I'm like, okay, dope. You want to record? He's like, bro, I'm fucking zooted right now.
I thought we weren't gonna record.
So
First episode he's on, he's fucking blasted.
I apologize because it was a little impromptu. James, relax. But yeah. I feel like it's a great first experience that he's high as fuck.
This is my first impression.
Exactly. So yeah, first impressions are always the most important ones. So congratulations, Luis.
Thanks.
Anyways, we've got a few topics ahead. We're gonna be talking about, what are we gonna be talking about, Raul?
2 albums.
2
Donda,
albums. Yep.
And I don't even. What was the other one called?
Senjutsu.
Senjutsu by Iron Maiden.
Right. I feel like that second one is just gonna blow by real quick.
Real fast, yeah.
Yep.
I feel that as well. I don't have a lot for Donda. There were a couple tracks that I liked. I even thought there was a guest in the album, but when I looked at the album, it was all just Kanye. I'm like, oh wow.
Yeah, there's a lot of samples, featurings. The issue is that I don't know why Kanye just doesn't put them in anymore.
Oh really?
That kind of sucks. Yeah.
That's a little weird.
Yeah, but yeah, I have a lot to talk about with Donda, but it's mostly the story surrounding the album, because fuck, there was a lot of fucking bullshit around that album,
Oh really? I have no idea.
No, I'll tell you all the details. And I think that's pretty much it. Maybe I can mention the fact that I watched the first episode of Invincible. The first two, I think.
Okay.
I don't know if I told you that already, Raul.
No, but
No? Well, yeah, I did. Giovanna was like, we're watching it. I'm interested. And I said, okay, we're watching the Godforsaken show. And, yeah, I like it, I guess. Like, the animation is good. The story is good. I'm a hater.
Does it follow along with the comics? I know you've read the comics or something.
I've read the Invincible comics.
Did you?
Did I? This is news to me. No, of course
Well,
not. I don't read
okay.
anything. I'm illiterate.
I thought someone.
No, I know who wrote the comics. That's what I know.
Oh, okay.
That might have been it.
I thought you told me you read them. I'm like,
No.
Okay, then you know what's up then.
No. I am speaking purely from the adaptation, and it's good. It's good. It's just a shame that I know what's gonna happen already. I feel like a lot of the fun in that show comes from watching that first episode without knowing what the fuck is happening. So when it reaches the end of the episode, and like after the credits, is it? I don't know. And Omni-Man is called in, or like Omni-Man kills the Justice of Defense or the League of Defense, whatever the fuck.
Uh-huh.
Like I feel like that's like a big moment that if you are totally what do you call it? Like blind to what's gonna happen, it's like everything, you know. But I was introduced to that show because everyone was posting like the bloody massacre that Omni-Man does and like the end of the episode on WhatsApp, and I'm like, okay. And then again, a lot of out of context gore and just mayhem, and then Twitter jerking off Iron Man, and then I'm not Iron Man, Omni-Man, and that's where I got my bad taste for it. But I'll finish it eventually. It's pretty good.
Okay.
But yeah, moving on to more.
Yeah, I feel like whenever, I don't know, you're kind of odd when it comes to shows and media.
You can be honest. I'm an asshole.
You always you always have like already a set opinion, or it's either that or you'll hype something up immediately.
Right.
And it's like, man, I don't know if I agree with any of these.
Is it because I let myself be influenced by the internet, or because I'm just strongly opinionated?
Maybe.
What do you think?
I think it's more the internet.
Really?
I
a lot of people tell me that, and I've always pushed back on that because I feel like it's me. I feel like I just have strong opinions on things, you know. Like I don't necessarily like or hate stuff because people tell me or like or hate them, but I see things on the internet and then I make my own out of context conclusions on why they're bad or good. The same thing happened with Marriage Story. You remember that movie?
I don't even know what it is.
Marriage Story? You never seen Marriage Story?
No.
Adam Sandler and Scarlett Johansson?
Adam Sandler?
Whatever.
I was never told about this movie.
I choked on my hair.
Adam Sandler has a movie with Scarlett?
No, this is I mean, does he? This is Adam Driver.
Oh,
Driver. Whatever,
Driver.
Bro. So Adam Driver.
I want to watch it now.
Adam Driver and Scarlett Johansson star in a Netflix Oscar-nominated movie. I think it won Best Screenplay, actually.
Yeah,
about
I've seen clips of it. They're like fighting. Or whatever.
Yeah, the fight clip, right?
Yeah.
Okay, the fight clip, I saw the fight clip out of context, and I hated it. I dunked on it. And I was like, you're an asshole. The movie's good. I watched the movie, and you're right. The movie is good. But the scene is still bad, bro.
That's fair, yeah.
I just... It's not that the scene is bad. I feel like, Luis, at least, if you text me, I'm not going to see it. Oh, he's peeing.
Very nice.
So, what was he saying? Oh, right. So, Adam Driver and Scarlett are in this scene, and they're having that argument, right? My critique with that scene is that moment where he goes like, every day I wake... Is that it? No, it's when he walks towards the wall and he punches it.
And, yeah.
I hated that, like how that looked. It just felt so weird. And watching the whole scene again, it's clear that what happened was that the whole scene was like, it was clearly done in one take. It's not that the camera doesn't cut, because it does, but like they had multiple cameras recording and they had multiple takes, right?
Mhm.
But like it's like a long take, if that makes sense. Like the whole take it must be like 20 to 30 minutes of uninterrupted, no cuts, from different camera angles. Am I making any sense? So
Yeah.
in the editing floor, you just pick the best angles, and that's why it's cutting. But the actors are doing it in one go for about 4 minutes, and then they cut, and then they do it again for 4 more minutes, and they cut, and they do it for. So when you have takes like that, that are long running scenes, the truth is that there's a lot of errors, right? Because like not just errors, but like there's a lot of different things that can happen and can elevate the scenes or ruin others, and it's kind of like when you blow up a building, right?
Yeah.
In Hollywood, you only get one shot, and if it fucking sucks, that's the one you're gonna use anyways. So
okay.
you tell the actors just roll with it, you know. No matter what happens, don't stop because we only get one shot at this. So
Yeah.
it's like that. It's like, okay, this is 4 minutes of footage, right? And we need multiple takes. So whatever happens, you go through the whole scene, and then we'll start over and we'll do it again, and we'll pick the best one. I feel like that was the best like take they had.
Mhm.
But it had that one moment, and again, this is me speaking totally speculative. That one moment where Adam Driver was maybe standing a little bit too far away from where he was supposed to, so that he could hit the wall. Because I just can't fucking fathom any scenario that feels realistic or fluid or anything where you're so mad that you want to punch something, so then you turn your whole body and you take 2 steps towards the wall and punch it. Like, it's just such a, like, you have to think about it too much, you know. When you want to throw a punch because you're angry, you smash your phone or you punch a like a table, or it's the first thing you see, right?
Yeah.
But if it's too out of grasp, I feel like as Scarlett Johansson does it in that scene, Scarlett Johansson like just jumps in place in anger, you know. Because it's where she can exert her energy. I don't know. I feel like the scene called for Adam to punch the wall, but he was just too far from the wall, so he. And then he didn't even straight punch it. He just like it was like this overhead like closed fist. It was such a weird scene. You know the scene. Like, come on, I'm not crazy, right?
No, I guess not.
It's weird. It's just weird. I want to show it to you. I'm gonna have to clip it on the fucking YouTube episode now. But like, I don't know if you're still peeing, Lise, but just get me the link. It's so weird. I don't know. And then I tell this to people, and they're like, Jay, when you're angry and you just want to punch something, and I'm like, I guess, but if I have to think too much about punching something, I'm not gonna want to punch it anymore, you know, because my brain. The mammal brain is gonna take over the reptile brain. It's gonna be like, Jay, you're being dumb. Don't punch. I'm like, okay, so I won't, you know. But like, it's like a lot. It feels like, sure, it happens quickly, but to me, it's like it's 2 seconds of him go like, boom, like just stomp, and then he punches the wall, and I'm just like, okay. So in the clip, I kept saying, can't you do that again? Why didn't they just reshoot this? Because it's a good scene, but like that moment is just so awkward. Just reshoot it. But I watched the movie and I realized, oh, you can't, because then you have to reshoot the last 4 minutes, and the last 4 minutes were amazing. So I said, whatever, you know. The movie's a masterpiece, but I totally allowed myself to be influenced by that there.
by the one thing.
Yeah. I think Lisa's peeing, so I'm not gonna show you the clip. Which is, oh, he found the clip. God damn it! No, I have to fucking clip it on the fucking YouTube thing. Here it is. Let me just thank you. Let me just bring it up and stream it for you. Beep. Pop. Boop. Oh man. Let me just skip over here to 50. Here it is. Dale play, bro. Right there.
I can't believe I can know you forever!
You're fucking insane.
You know what I mean? Doesn't it
Yeah.
feel like he's too far away from the wall?
Yeah.
But like the
Yeah.
shot clearly called for it, because I mean they probably made that wall so that it breaks, and you know you gotta use it at him. But I'm gonna play it again. Going back to 50 here.
I can't believe I can know you forever!
You're fucking insane.
I don't know. Maybe if it wasn't a hammer fist, maybe it was a straight punch, I could have believed it. I hate it. I hate how it
It
looks.
doesn't seem too out of place. I don't know.
I hate how it looks.
Like, I can believe someone taking 2 steps forward and
And then
doing that
hammer
sort of thing.
fisting the wall.
Yeah.
Why don't you just punch it like straight? Oh, I can't. If that were a real,
maybe if they would have used that thing, the lamp, like, you know.
the
just
lamp.
throw the lamp or
If I
something.
were Scarlett Johansson in that real life scenario, and my husband did that, I would just die laughing. I don't know what to say.
You just start laughing right
No, it
there.
would just ruin the fight, you know.
Marriage fixed. You did a funny husband.
Oh, husband, I love
Oh,
you.
you and your funnies.
Anyway, so I remember I went on that long ass tangent for like a while, and that was the hill I died on for months. But I know I do that, and I'm sorry. It's my thing.
At
I
times.
guess it's my thing. I'm
times,
doing
at
it with
times.
fucking Invincible now, but I'm realizing it's good. It's good. It's good.
Yeah,
I mean-
Invincible was pretty fun to watch for me. Like,
Yeah.
I liked it. I'm not saying it's the best thing I've ever seen. Like, that's clearly not the best thing I've ever seen. But you know, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed everything of it. So
That's good.
the music's pretty good because it's
Yeah.
fun. The Jewels is in there. A couple other artists, I don't really know them, but you know, it sounded good. Voice acting was pretty good.
Yes, J.K. Simmons.
Um,
You know where else Run the Jewels is in?
where?
Cyberpunk.
Oh yeah, they are. I listen to that song at work pretty
Take a
often
shot, baby.
because I just hit their playlist and that song. always comes
You know the rules. We mentioned Cyberpunk. Have to take
Yeah.
a shot.
up.
I'm just reminding everyone.
doesn't have to be alcohol. I know it's it's getting
Yeah.
crazy. There's
Yes,
gonna
you
be
too.
Cyberpunk.
Everyone's taking a shot. No, I don't actually have any alcohol.
Yeah.
So, right, I guess we move on to Donda.
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 I think I need to stop my recording and put it into mono because right now it's in stereo and I think you'll hear it on one ear.
You
unless
know,
pan
you
it.
did that to me last time, and I wanted
Did
to
it-
punch myself, but I fixed it because I'm just that good.
Because you
baby.
panned it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, actually, I didn't think I even panned it. I think I just dropped a mono audio effect,
mono clip and then you dragged it in there and
and it just
made a mono.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
good. All right. Well, I don't have to
Smart
pause it
like
then.
that. Yeah, no, don't worry about it.
Cool.
Because I do everything in this podcast. Well, not anymore. We have Elise now.
I mean, I did say I wanted to mix it down, but then you told me it's just gonna not corrupt, but it's gonna be compressed too much because you gotta upload it so I can download it, and then
Yeah,
fix
it's a
it.
lot. There has to be an easier way to do this. We're just
Yeah.
two monkeys.
Yeah, there has to be some sort of I don't know, like third-party service or something
We're also
That we
the
can
only
use.
two idiots that fucking record this over the internet.
on the internet. Yeah, I don't know about that. I feel like there's a lot more podcasts that use the internet to
Yeah.
record their thing.
We'll do our research. You gotta do our
The
research.
thing is, the only downside is that we're doing it, but you're in Puerto Rico, and Puerto Rico doesn't really have the best internet,
Right.
and that brings up some difficulties. But we're making it work.
Papi,
as best we can.
liberty. You know my fucking phone. I don't know if you knew, but you know Liberty bought AT&T in Puerto Rico.
That sounds plausible. Yeah. I feel like
Cabrón,
that happened before I left.
Cabrón, ayer o antier, mi celular, el viernes, mi celular, yo me levanté por la mañana y no decía AT&T arriba, decía Liberty. Y yo, vete pa'l carajo, cabrón.
Yes.
I feel like a Neanderthal. Yo estoy loco por cambiarme a T-Mobile o lo que sea, de verdad.
Is AT&T that bad?
I mean, Liberty
Or
is.
Liberty?
They're my internet provider.
I had Liberty as my internet provider.
Well, because lo que pasa es que Liberty is good in a world where there's no competition, you know? ¿Cuál es la competencia de Liberty? Claro, cabrón.
Yeah, that's
No,
worse.
there's no competition. It's like you have to have Comcast, you know? What do you
Uh-huh.
use?
We use Spectrum. I don't know who owns
Spectrum. We'll figure that out. But like it's kind of like from what I understand in the U.S. it's like it's either Xfinity or Comcast, and Xfinity's owned by Comcast.
Hold on, I'll tell you in a second who owns it. Spectrum.
It's crazy, man.
Because it used to be called something else.
Oh yeah.
It was Bright House at first when we got here, and then it switched to Spectrum.
We have HughesNet. Am I supposed to use HughesNet?
Spectrum.
You know, like it's not feasible. Liberty is the way to go, but it's just such a bad service. It's like Luma. Diablo, me cago en la madre Luma, puñeta.
Luma. Who owns Spectrum?
La luz se va todos los días, cabrón.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Antes era como que, pues, se fue la luz, but now it's like, no, there's just, you know, porque like, antes se iba la luz a cada rato, fine. Pero ahora es como que, no sé, porque le da la puta gana a Luma, se va. Como que cuando le dé la gana, yo como que cool, cabrón.
Spectrum is owned by Charter Communications.
Charter Communications.
Yeah.
That sounds like a Ponzi scheme. Anyways, I didn't say that. With peace and love, for legal reasons, that's a joke.
All of a sudden, I don't have internet. Though, recently, it's been pretty bad. I don't know what they did. I don't know if they're trying to fix something or offer us more speed or something.
It's because you're in Deltona, so you don't matter.
Oh, maybe. It's honestly possible, because every time I I write is Spectrum down, you know, and it'll take it to like the down detector or whatever. Most of the results are in Orlando, and then when I switch to Deltona, it's like 1 or 2 peaks of like people using fucking Spectrum.
Ay, vete pa'l carajo, cabrón. Is it wired or es como que like with signal?
I'm pretty
Like
sure it's
antenna.
wired.
Okay, got it.
I think.
Yeah, porque claro es fucking con antena, cabrón.
Yeah. You know.
So there's no point. There's no point.
Claro,
It's
sí.
Liberty or die, cabrón.
Yeah.
It sucks. It really sucks.
And Liberty isn't that great, because I remember when I had Liberty back on the island,
Una
it
mierda,
would just drizzle a little bit and you'd have no internet.
Yeah.
Like, straight up, just drizzle.
It's crazy. And
that's
like
it.
right, I have one of the highest speed plans, and what's my down, like 100 gigabytes is it? Like, it's nothing compared to what you guys have. Megabytes, yeah.
Huh.
I'll take nothing, bro.
I mean,
I have
pretty
to like
high.
it's pretty high, but it's nothing compared to like and it's not 100 megabytes. It's advertised 100 megabytes. Well, I get like 70.
Oh yeah, okay.
You know.
Fair. Yeah.
And like I gotta set a whole day aside to like upload a fucking YouTube video. Ugh.
Well, that's your down. How much is your up? Because there's
Like 1.
different. Yeah, probably. Honestly, my up is like, I don't know, 15.
I don't know what
something.
fucking my up is, man. I'm not even gonna check. Pero
Yeah.
yo sé que mi madre paga chavo con cojones para que haya internet bueno en esta casa. Y no hay.
Yeah, you know, yep.
Mucho mierda. There was this one time, like a few years ago, donde the internet was like, for like 2 months we had no internet, and they kept sending Liberty specialists to check what the problem was.
Mm-hmm.
But no one could understand what the problem was. Like I would call and they would do that reset online. It didn't work. So then they would send someone in to check the modem, and they said it's not the modem. It's somewhere. It's a line that's coming from the road. So they send someone to go, like, you know, that it can't be him who has to fix it. It has to be someone else. So they'd send someone else. And then that guy would go to the outside of the house and be like, oh, okay. So this line goes across the street on that side, and to open that, I need someone else. So then they would send someone else. And then that guy would show up and be like, oh, see, the cable is destroyed and underground, so we're going to need to pull that out, so I don't have the tool, so I'll come back later. And then they would never come, so I would call again, and then they would send the second guy, the guy who just checks my house, and he'd be like, I don't know what they fucking sent me, if they already told you the fucking problem's over there. And like, I swear to God, for like 2 fucking months, I had no internet in my house, because it was just this game of who's going to fix what. and I don't know, man. They changed my modem twice. It was like a mess. It was a mess. I have a router in this house that's not connected to the fucking modem. It's just there. It's on, but it doesn't work.
What the hell?
It's just there. Why? That's not a Liberty issue. That's a me issue. But like, whatever. I don't know why I brought that into the story, but it just felt like I had to mention that I have a fucking router that doesn't work.
Just a router that's just there, yeah.
It's just on beeping. It's like, and then every so often your phone will automatically connect to that router, and your internet will just die.
What a weird loop of circumstances. Because I feel like that happens for everything on the island.
There's
like,
yeah.
if it's like government stuff.
Oh my god.
Like if you need to get a passport or something, like you have to wait like a month or something because you have to go through all these fucking departments and loopholes and bullshit.
It's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just hate Liberty. That's my statement. I'm down to switch to T-Mobile or whatever.
Yeah.
But fuck Liberty. I'm not. I refuse. ¿Te acuerdas de Centennial?
It sounds familiar.
That was like what AT&T used to be that before it was AT&T.
Okay.
That shit was bomb, man.
Was it?
Ugh, they got great internet.
I think I had Claro. I think my first internet was Claro.
Claro.
And it was terrible.
Yeah.
Like I remember when I used to live at like my grandma's house.
Yeah.
I would have a red wire, like Ethernet cable that's really long that would run across from the kitchen all the way to the living room. And you could see like on top of like the hallway. Like you'd see like a red wire that crosses the fucking kitchen into the living room like space. Down into it was just hanging there. It was just.
What'd you play
with
that? It was just
a red wire. Oh, I was playing COD 4, dude.
Ooh.
And
everyone was playing COD 4 and I wasn't because my internet was shit. I didn't have good internet till Modern Warfare 2.
I had shit internet as well, but every now and then I would get like, I don't know, it was weird. I would get like good connection, like you're ready to go, and I'm like, hell, fucking yeah, and I would squeeze that much time, as much time as I could.
What prestige did you get into in Call of Duty?
I think I made it all the way to the end.
That's crazy. That's so much.
But not in that house. That's for sure. No, once we moved out and I got like better internet, that's when I.
You remember the time I punched?
Oh yeah. That's when that's the first house we moved in. Yeah, we were playing Modern Warfare 2. I think we were playing the campaign.
Yeah, and I punched the. What was it?
It was a door of like a cabinet thing that my TV was in.
Yeah.
And you smacked it because you reacted to something. I don't remember what it was.
I was too excited by what was happening on screen and how Soap had knifed that guy down, and I pantomimed it, and I knifed I fake knifed the cabinet and cut my fucking arm or my hand.
Yep. You cut your hand, yeah.
That's great. That's fun. Only the first time that would ever happen to me in my excitement, because I do remember I was playing D&D once. I was playing a Gundam homebrew. Have I told you this story?
I've heard the Gundam.
Right.
That you've played it, but I don't know what happened or anything.
Right. So I was just as excited. We were playing, and I was on a Zaku, and we were kicking ass, and like we something had happened where one of the players, I don't know who it was, had punched, I don't know if it was Gilbert, maybe it was Gilbert. I think he punched like a watchtower that had some like fetties in it and like took it down or some shit. And I was like, yo, that was awesome, because you were like, and like I pantomimed a punch to my own face. Oh. and like the thing is, I thought I had measured it properly, so it wouldn't even touch my chin. But I'm horrible at math, and I just fully decked myself in my jaw, bro, as hard as I could, and I knocked myself out. Like my body just went limp. I swear to God, I just punched myself so hard. My body went limp on the chair, and everyone was paying attention at me because I was telling the story, so they all looked at me and they're all excited. And I just went boof, and I just go limp, and they're just looking at me, and everyone collectively just acted like that didn't happen and just kept talking to each other. So I remember. So you're just laying on the ground? I'm just laying on the chair because I just kind of slumped on the chair like it's Ferris Bueller's Day Off, like I'm out, Yeah. And I kind of like shake myself up and I slowly stand up and everyone's still talking and I look at Udel and I'm like, did you see what just happened? And he looked at me, he's like, yeah, I wasn't sure what that was. I feel like you maybe knocked yourself out, but I didn't know how to react, so I just ignored it. Are you good? Yeah, fine, let's just keep going.
Holy shit.
Oh, so from that day on, I realized I either have a glass jaw or an iron fist. One or the other.
Oh,
So,
man.
it's crazy, man. We were gonna talk about Donda, bro. Donda, 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 Donda.
Donda, Donda.
Donda, 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 Donda. What are the songs you like? Do you know the names?
Donda, Donda. I can pull it up real
Pull it
quick.
up. Pull it up.
Pull it up.
I can tell you straight up, I think the album is a mixed bag of good songs and bad songs. And not just subjectively speaking, but some of them are like mixed a little blah.
Okay.
You know?
I think I like 2 songs,
that
and
it?
that's it. Yeah.
Do you like Kanye usually, or is this like...
No, Kanye isn't usually my go-to. But liking 2 songs, I came into this album thinking it's just another Kanye album.
Right.
Not really expecting to actually take away 2 songs.
That's good.
God Breath or Breathe.
God
Breath?
breathed.
That one was good. I liked it because it was very minimalistic. There wasn't really a beat. Only like there was like a sub bass for like a beat.
Right. Isn't that Jail?
No, Jail is the more.
I think I skip God breathed all the time.
Did you really?
I think so. I heard it, but I think I'm over it. Okay.
I like that one because I don't know. It reminded me of Cyberpunk.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I do know what you mean now.
Yeah.
Which one
And there's one in here. I don't know what the name is, but I know there's one in here with The Weeknd.
Oh, Hurricane. Oh, that one's
Hurricane?
so good.
Okay. Hurricane's good. Yeah, I liked it.
That one's stupid.
Hurricane. Fucking. The Weeknd kind of saved it a little bit there.
Yeah, he sent that shit to the fucking sky, man.
That shit was good.
That mix when he says like the "Don't Let Me Down."
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, it sounds like a fucking chorus of like angels
Yeah,
speaking.
yeah.
It's so good.
I really liked it. There's like sidechain on the. That's very technical. I don't even know if I should say that.
Say it.
There's like sidechain on. There's like these road keys or whatever.
Okay.
They're usually used on like church choirs and stuff like that, and it sounded really nice. I wasn't really expecting to like that.
Yeah.
Either. Everything else, as soon as like from there on, Fender Rhodes. Yes, thank you, Luis.
Oh man, this is great. I'm loving this. Damn.
Fender Rhodes. Those are keyboards, right? As soon as sunglasses. As soon as that track is over, there's just a lot of mention of like God and Jesus, and
It's a Christian album. That's what it is. It's
Is it
gospel.
really?
Yeah. Because here's the thing. Here's the thing. Kanye found God at some point.
Okay.
Okay, and the last 2 albums have just literally been like, no joke, gospel. It's just gospel. It's Christian music at this point. But that last one was kind of blah, and I didn't really like the one before that one either. Like, there's know the blue disc one. Can you bring up the album list, Luis? I don't know if you have that.
For Donda?
Like all his albums, like at least the last 3, so I don't speak out of order
his
here.
album list.
Yeah, because I know I heard The Life of Pablo was the last one I heard, and that's when he was like really messy. That's when all the controversy started coming out, and I don't know if you remember, he dropped the album, and then he was like, "Man, fuck this," and then he pulled it out, and then he changed the song, like the famous tweet, "I'ma fix wolves." Do you remember that?
No, but
He like fixed the song. Thank you so much.
is this around the same time when the album when he was like supporting Trump and all that? Like
This was
just
before that.
Okay.
Right, here we go. So there was Yeezus. And
I remember people talking about that one. Yeah, that was high school. Yeah,
that was high school. Then Watch Your Throne was before that one, and all the ones before that one are just peak. They're peak Kanye. Life of Pablo was the first weird one. That's when he just started being weird, And actually, you know what? Yeah, maybe the Trump stuff started happening there because it was 2016.
Yes. Okay.
But like Life of Pablo was alright. It was pretty good. I feel like that's when it really started. I really started feeling a little like nostalgia for Kanye. You know the song "I Love Kanye."
I've heard.
Where he goes like, I miss the old Kanye. Kanye.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I haven't heard Kids See Ghost, but yeah. So that like that Life of Pablo album, that song is there because he's referencing the fact that he knows that, you know, like on the one hand he knows he's changed, rather on the other hand, don't take it too seriously. I'm still me. I kind of do it for the clout, you know, because it gets people talking.
Right.
Ye, which is the 2018 album, came after that one. That's when he started getting really Christian and he found God and all the fucking Trump shit, and I don't care about that album, you know.
Okay.
And then after that one, I had barely even heard Ye, but like yeah. And then after that one, there was Kids See Ghosts, which I didn't honestly hear at all either. And Jesus is King, I heard. Jesus is King is the blue one, where it's just full gospel. So when they talk Sunday service, where they're talking about like all this crazy, like weird religious iconography relating to Kanye, they're talking about Jesus is King. And that album kind of sucked, you know?
Okay.
Like
yeah,
it
it's
was
got like 3 stars on here.
Yeah, it's not that it's bad. It's just I don't know if I care, you know, because it's like it's 8. I think it's 8 to 12 tracks of just gospel and fine, but like his views on Christianity are like his views on Christianity, you know. Does that make sense? So it comes off a little contradicting sometimes.
Okay. Yeah.
And musically speaking, the production isn't there. I like Kanye for the music, not necessarily for the rapping, but I feel like a good Kanye track is just amazing, an amazing beat. It's amazing music, you know? It's always some crazy shit. Jesus is King was not that. It was just gospel. So Donda, the way I see it and the way I feel like a lot of people are seeing it, is like, okay, this is Jesus is King, but if a more emotionally stable Kanye would have done it, you know? So the album, at least before the part 2 tracks come out, and I'll get to that in a minute, is very well produced, and the music is there, and it has vision, you know? It knows what it's doing. And overall, I think it's good. I loved Jail. I fucking adore Jail. Jail fucking made me tear up.
Really? Wow.
It just sounded so empty and sad and desperate, and the lyrics and the Jay-Z being back was like oof. And then there's that fucking line where Jay-Z is like, you know, like cut that fucking Trump shit. Like he doesn't say it like that, but it's obvious he's referencing Trump when he says the line like cut the red cap stuff or whatever.
Okay.
And then he asks, or like he mentions how if like this may be the return of the throne, right? And I wonder if that's just a reference to the fact that, oh, we're doing our first song together in a long time, because throne, I believe, is what they call themselves together, así como Bad Bunny y J Balvin son así, ¿verdad?
Okay.
Or if it's almost like this, considering the fact that it comes almost immediately after the cap line, if this is almost like this song where Jay-Z is telling Kanye, hey, you know, like, we can be friends again, you just have to not do this shit, you know? Because the song is also very self-reflective. It's about abandonment. It's about you know, introspection. So I feel like in a lot of ways Kanye through that song is self-aware of the mental health struggles and what that has affected, how that has affected his public image and his life through that song, you know? So I was like, banger. Hurricane is a fucking banger. Let's not even get that. That was insane.
That was good.
I think let me pull up the track list. It's right here. I think continue. I need to disable my ad blocker, so I'm just gonna fucking put Donda track list.
I didn't go through the part 2 stuff.
Oh, then no, don't even worry about that.
Okay, got it. Because
I'll
as soon as I
explain
saw it, I was like hearing the same track. I'm like, is this on loop? And then I unlocked my phone and it said Jail Part
Yeah.
2. I'm like, all right, that's
Yeah, no,
that's enough.
you're fine. You're fine. I think you
Okay.
made the right call there.
Good.
Jonah, I think is pretty good. Praise God, I think it's pretty good.
Okay,
Um,
okay, it was pretty.
Pretty good,
what-
right?
Yeah, I kind of like that one.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. So there's a lot of good tracks there. What else do we got? We got I didn't like Junja. Believe What I Say felt like classic Kanye. Like the music was like there. If that makes sense, you know.
Okay.
Like it was like it reminded me of like flashing lights, that graduation era. Kanye, where it was like really upbeat, like hip hop music.
Okay.
Moon is great. Remote Control is the one to fucking donkey. Oh my god. And after that, I think I don't give a shit. I think No Child Left Behind is pretty good too.
I can't believe Donkey's on here.
Oh my god. We'll get
What
to
a
that.
legend.
Yeah. But then, fucking, all this controversy starts happening. Here's where I start getting my fucking balls in a bundle. Because the album, for all intents and purposes, it feels like not only a return to Kanye, but not the old Kanye, a new Kanye. Kanye who's found God, but like a Kanye nonetheless. A Kanye that is emotionally stable. A Kanye that reflects through his music the pain of pushing all of his friends away, being alone, feeling misunderstood, and I mean he had recently broken up with Kim, right? So it's
okay.
in these songs, right?
I had no idea.
Yeah, so like it's all there, all those themes, all those passions, but he starts doing these like live events, right?
Mm-hmm.
You remember that, right? Like the live viewings or whatever,
I
the
saw
Dark
the-
Souls costumes that he
Yeah,
would
I
wear.
saw that. Yeah.
So halfway through, people start saying that he took Jay-Z off the album. He took Jay-Z off the album. What the fuck are you doing? Why are you taking Jay-Z off the album? You know?
Huh.
Apparently Jay-Z got mad at Kanye for something.
Okay.
That's what I heard. Like nothing official. That's what I saw in tweets. That's what I saw people talking about. That there was a dispute and Jay-Z said, "Take me out." So Kanye did part 2, and who did he do part 2 with? None other than DaBaby and Marilyn Manson, bro.
Oh.
Are you kidding me?
She.
And then he brings them on stage and shit, and I'm just like,
Oh.
what the fuck, bro? And like the whole internet flips on him. It's like
Right.
I saw the subreddit was pretty pissed off. Some people were pissed off because he took Jay-Z out, and other people were pissed off because they felt DaBaby and Marilyn Manson did not represent who they were as fans, and that wasn't it, chief. Because like, and I can get that he probably did it to get that reaction, but where does the line end, dude? Where does it end with you? I thought this whole album was supposed to be a redemption arc, and you're just flubbing it.
Yeah.
So, but like
And
we'll get
this was post, the baby.
yeah.
That whole thing, right?
I'll tell you what happened. DaBaby and Marilyn Manson must have re-recorded Jail with Kanye. I think after the second live event. So that was like what, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. The song so like you know what I mean? Like it was very clearly after all of this had happened. Not to mention Chris Brown is in this album as well. But he does that. And then the only reason we have a Jay-Z version of that album is because apparently, according to Kanye, Universal Music Group released the album without his permission. And that's why there's both songs are in there, Jail 1 and Jail 2.
Yeah.
That's why there's no artwork, for example. Apparently Andre 3000 was supposed to be in the album, and he was really heartbroken because there's like this stupid beef. I don't know if you can maybe clarify on this, Luis, a little better, because I don't actually know. But there's this beef between Drake and not Jay-Z. There's Drake and Kanye about, and they've doxed each other, and like there's a lot of beef, and Andre 3000 had written a song that was supposed to be about Kanye's mom who had died, and then Andre 3000's verse was supposed to like empathize on that because he also had lost his mom, and it was supposed to be like this thing. But then they added like a diss track, like element to it towards Drake. Okay. And Andre heard it and he was like, bro, come on, man, that wasn't it. So then he just pulled out, and that's why the song is in the album. Yeah.
Shit.
Here, Lisa sent us. It says here. I mean, do you know, Luis? Like, can you unmute yourself and maybe give us some insight while I read this? Because I don't actually know what the fuck happened. See, look, it says here, following Drake's leak of Kanye's Life of Party, Andre 3000. Oh, Drake leaked the song that Andre 3000 was in on his own. There's so much happening.
Yeah.
Between these two guys, I just don't get it. There's so much crazy. Can you pitch in, Luis? Do you think you know anything?
To my best understanding, it's like rumors of Drake having sexual intercourse with Kanye's now ex-wife, I guess, but while they were still married.
Kim?
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. But like they're getting back together.
That's what I've heard. I don't know if any of that is true. Could just
Wait,
be like
Kim and Kanye are getting back together?
Kim and Kanye are getting back together, yeah.
Kim and Kanye.
So okay, so there's a lot of like rumors then.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So then so I saw that they had doxed each other, and there was like vandalisms, and like it's there's a lot of stupid. Oh, and then they were gonna drop the album on the same day, and today, what happened today is that Drake released or leaked the song that was cut with Andre 3000 in it, which I guess I gotta listen to now. But yeah, a lot of mess. Yeah. So, but it goes further. So here's the problem with Jail now. Jail 1's good. I love Jail. I feel like the message is there. Maybe there's a little bit of like, I feel like if I'm not mistaken, those first few lines are about Kim, and they're talking about a fight through text and why they're yelling at each other through texts and whatever. Jail Part 2 has, as you've heard, it starts the same way, right? So that means that Kanye's verse is still very introspective and reflective, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then DaBaby, when he takes over, bro, his verse is about how it's literally word for word almost. He says, I know what I said and I don't give a fuck. Like, that's literally it. Let me look up the lyrics. Jail Part 2 lyrics. It's just so crazy. Hold up, here we go. DaBaby. Okay. Here's the third line. Okay, I'm just gonna read it to you. The first line is starting from the beginning. Man, tell them haters to open up the jail, and you tell my baby mamas get the bail money. I said what? This is the third line. I said one thing they ain't like. They threw me out like they ain't care for me. That was the third line in this verse, and I'm like, what? You're doubling down? Threw me out like I'm garbage, huh? And it gets worse. And that food y'all took off my table, you know that feed my daughters, huh? Like, you're guilt tripping me, bro? Oh my God. So like his whole verse is like, actually, fuck you. I didn't learn anything, and if you're sending me to jail, then I'll die happy. I said what I said, you know?
Jesus fuck.
It changes the whole fucking feel of the song.
Yep.
And then it gets worse because Marilyn Manson is in it, and he sings along in the chorus where they say, guess who's going to jail tonight? Marilyn Manson says in the song, and I quote, guess who's going to jail tonight? And I'm like, you're going to jail for being a sexual assaulter or whatever?
Yeesh.
I don't know. It's just so fucking weird. And then let's get even more technical on this bitch. Let's criticize it even more. The mix is awful. It's like they just slapped it in there, man. Because where the original sounded lonely, and when Kanye's singing the whole like guess who's going to jail tonight or whatever, that part, there's a chorus with him, right?
Yeah.
Right. the chorus is behind him. It sounds like it's behind him, and there's multiple people. When they put the Marilyn Manson like clip on it, they just put it right on top of all those people, and it sounds just as loud as Kanye, if not louder. So you can tell it's him without mistake, and it sounds glued together. It doesn't sound like it was mixed in properly, you know?
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
It just takes that loneliness feel and all those and that feeling that I liked about the song, and it ruins it because now it sounds too loud. Now it sounds like it's too crowded, you know? And I'm just like, oh my god, Jail Part 2 is such a fucking disgrace. It's so homophobic. I don't know what to tell you, man.
I didn't even make it that far into Jail Part 2. As soon as I realized like it's just the same.
It's just the same song. You're like, fuck it. Yeah, well, you saved yourself, man. As far as I'm concerned, the album stops at No Child Left Behind. That's the perfect ending.
All right.
Everything else is just, I don't know what the fuck. And I'm glad if Universal really did release this, I'm glad because
God
you know,
only
they
knows
saved them, yeah.
Yeah.
And there's like 4 different covers. Yeah, there's like 10 different. No, not 10. There's like 4 different proposed covers for this fucking album. I don't even know. It was such a mess. The album was such a mess. And then there's the donkey thing.
Oh boy.
Did you see that video?
No, I didn't.
Donkey is like, the whole premise of the video is that Donkey is
Oh, apparently they chose the black square.
Oh, they did. But was that Universal Music Group or Kanye? Like, who did? Just don't. I mean, just say it because we're just gonna be. Oh, it's on Spotify. Oh, Spotify chose the black cover. What did Apple Music choose? Is it different on Apple Music? Oh, okay, we don't know. Okay.
So Spotify just said.
Yeah. So there's that problem with the album,
dude. Maybe it's just nothing.
But yeah,
maybe
Donkey.
they didn't even choose the black
Donkey,
square. It's just like,
yeah.
It's just because there isn't a file there. It's just
Let me see what Luis just sent me. Oh yeah, I see what you mean. So you think it's like an empty file?
Yeah, maybe. Maybe there's just nothing there. There's no placeholder or anything. It's just
black. Well, it's the Black Album now. Like, he's gonna have to go with it.
Yep.
So Kanye.
Cover NA. Yeah.
Is that what it says?
Yep. Or that's what Luis sent.
I see. Well, Donkey was doing this video where he apparently stole the hard drive from Kanye's music event that had Donda, and he was gonna play it.
Mm-hmm.
So he played it, and they're all fucking memes. All songs are memes, right? The 4th song was it was the I am the gargala, right? He puts that up, and he, like, literally the day after, I think that same night, Kanye just came out on stage for the listening party, and he had sampled that into Remote Control, because I was not in Remote Control before. So, like, that, like, there's no way, like, it's not this weird coincidence, or there's no possible way that Kanye didn't watch that video, because, like, the order in which it happened, is clear. It's clear as day. And in the album, the sample is a lot shorter, but in the live viewing, they just went for it. It's like the whole uncut. I am the like whatever. Like, they just go for it.
Yeah.
So it's great. And like, to go even further, apparently the sample that Kanye used was from a video that Grande, the YouTuber that does compilations on YouTube.
Yeah.
Apparently he made a compilation that had that sample, and they took it from that video, not from the original video, but from that compilation.
Wow.
So, like, there's like layers to that as well, which I think is pretty funny.
So Kanye just happens to be on YouTube as well.
I guess, or someone is, and they showed it to him. But I'm just like, damn.
Oh, maybe the kids. How old are the kids?
I don't think they're old enough, and if they are, I don't think they were there, because again, they were going through that divorce, and like halfway through the fucking impromptu event on the 3rd night, Kim showed up on a wedding dress, and they did this whole like beautiful thing, Here's the tweet from Grande. It says, fun fact, the glob 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 sample at the end of Remote Control on Donda is actually specifically from a grande mashup of glob 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 and Gucci Gang that has been thrown through an AI stem splitter. You can tell because you can hear the Lil Pump's tracks drums as well.
Oh,
So shout out to @CrashHall with a K on Twitter for finding that out.
Kanye West. That's grande.
Also, yeah, if you go a little further, that's true. That also means that there is an uncleared Gucci Gang sample on Donda as well. That's so
Well,
funny.
I'm sure Lil Pump's fine with it.
Oh
They
yeah,
hang out,
sure,
right?
sure. But they did that. You're such a fucking hoe.
Yeah.
I love it. That's such a funny ass song, by the way. Did you hear the live version of that?
No.
If anyone in the audience has not seen I Love It by Lil Pump and Kanye live on SNL, do it. It is the worst live performance I ever heard in my life. It's so embarrassing. Lil Pump
Really?
did not know the lyrics to his own song. He looks
Oof.
embarrassed to be there. And then Kanye, on the other hand, is too uppity. He's too high energy, so it just makes the fact that Lil Pump is in a
clashes.
poor...
Yeah.
And they're like dressed in like these like stupid like Fiji water and Perrier like costumes. So it just there's like so many layers of cringe.
That's what usually... See, that's why I don't
That's my
really
alarm.
consume Kanye. Because usually it's just that.
Yeah.
Every time I listen or I hear about Kanye, it's usually something like that happening.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm gonna, steer clear from
I get
this
it, man,
artist.
and it pisses me off because when I was younger and I used to
Mhm.
listen to him, I'm like, he's dope. I like him. And then there's this like, and I feel like the fandom maybe feels this way. There's two types of Kanye fans. There's the
Okay.
delusional Kanye fans that love everything he does.
Mhm.
And they're probably racist, no offense. And then there's the people who sit here and they're going through that, you know how Griffith, that struggle with Berserk?
Yeah.
It's like that. It's like I feel like there's like half of the family's like, no, Kanye, there has to be a reason to why the next album will be good. I know it, and it's like and every new album just comes and it tears you apart.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the issue because
Oh,
I
man.
genuinely feel that his mental health struggles, it's treatable. Like he can't be that bad guy. I mean, this is not the same Kanye who stood in front of live television and said that George Bush does not care about black people. It can't
Mhm.
be.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know.
But then he does the,
But then he does this.
yeah.
Then he fucking
supports Trump and
Yeah. He goes on that rant about black people and shit.
Mm-hmm.
No, man, I don't even know.
Yeesh.
So that's Donda. I liked
But hey.
it a decent amount. I think it has good songs and it has bad songs. It's not like Tyler's album where I loved it the whole way through. This I felt like I could skip it. I like
Tyler.
you did. I took
Yeah,
the songs
I
I
know.
liked
I got
and
you.
I added them to my liked set or whatever, and then that's it. That's how I'm gonna consume the album now in a curated fashion,
Okay.
and then always be nostalgic about what could have been, but will never be.
Damn.
Moving on to the Senjutsu, or is there anything you want to say?
No, not really. I mean, I guess my argument doesn't really, not argument, my opinion doesn't really mean anything because it's a gospel album and I didn't know.
You didn't know it was a gospel album?
No, I didn't know Kanye.
But
was
I mean,
going
is
through this.
musically speaking,
Hmm?
thoughts?
Oh
Musically
well,
s- You like the songs?
It was yeah. It was
I feel like your opinion matters because your opinion and Luce's opinions, you guys are like, I feel like you're pretty into hip hop.
yeah
Like,
yeah.
I feel like
I don't
I
listen
don't-
to it a lot,
Right.
but when I do, I enjoy it very much.
Right. I feel like I don't have a lot of friends where I can talk to about Wu-Tang or
God,
Biggie,
Wu-Tang.
you know?
Biggie,
Yeah.
Pac.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot. There's a lot I like from just those three.
Yeah. But I guess
but the album, if I had to rate the album, I'd probably give it like a 6. Like,
that's
it's
what
good.
I said. Yeah, it's like a 6.
good.
Pantano gave it a 7.
Oh really? Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I was like a 7. He's like a light 7. I'm like a light 7. I gave it a strong 6 maybe.
Strong 6. Yeah. I haven't seen Fantano in a long time.
Love that guy.
I usually don't watch him because there's a lot of he listens to everything, right? So there's
Yeah.
a lot of just stuff on there that
You have no
I
idea
don't
what the fuck
really
he's talking about.
Yeah, yeah. So it's like, and I'm not curious enough to kind of go and listen to the albums. I've tried
Right.
that, and I'm like, man, I really don't like this album at all.
Right.
And so yeah, I just stopped kind of like listening or watching his videos.
I follow him every so often to get validation of the things I like.
Okay, fair.
Or that was supposed to be a joke. You're supposed to laugh.
I just accepted. I'm like, all right, yeah,
Yeah.
it's fine.
Damn, man. Tough crowd. Whatever. Senjutsu fucking sucks.
I mean, it doesn't suck. It's just
whatever.
It's another, it's another metal album.
I feel like I heard every Iron Maiden song at the same
Yeah.
time.
That's basically
But
what it is.
I don't know what I expected. I just didn't even know they were dropping an album. It just appeared on my Spotify. I'm like, what? And like the title and the artwork, and I'm like, oh hell yeah! And then I played the first song, and I'm like, yep, this is Iron Maiden.
It's Iron Maiden, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's
It's
like
just-
computer
usually
generated.
falls- yeah. It just all these old bands kind of fall into this
Become stagnant.
that, but I had another word.
Take your time.
A trend. They usually fall into this trend where, after a certain point, and when they start releasing like modern albums, it's like
They're just trying to sound like they used to sound, right?
Yeah, and it's
Yeah.
like you're not really kind of pushing yourself
Yeah.
all that much. I feel like
That's how I felt about
you're-
Metallica. You know, I fucking love Metallica.
Yeah. And they're recent Megadeth that happened. I think a couple of
Yeah.
years ago. They released like a new album, and I was like,
It just sounds like Megadeth.
It's Megadeth,
Yeah.
and it's like,
Just
like
don't
I wouldn't
care.
listen to it every day.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't mind
It
if it
didn't
just popped
change
up.
my life. It's just
Yeah. It's just another album.
yeah, really sucks.
Yeah.
I think this actually brings me to something we were gonna talk about today that I forgot about, like
Mhm.
what our life was post Guns N' Roses.
Oh yeah.
Because I feel like
Honestly-
I don't know about you, but like I was super into. We were both super into Guns N' Roses. I
We
feel like
were.
that's like our main bonding.
Yeah.
Came from that.
Yeah. I
But
remember
yeah.
when we were in the science class and I heard you singing a Guns N' Roses song, and I was like, that's a Guns N' Roses song, and then
Like,
yeah, that's kind of how our friendship became. Like
Yeah.
instantly on that spot, bam, like we're friends. you know?
Yeah. But I feel like I don't know about you. I feel like after I found out that they were done, and I feel like around that time Chinese Democracy came out. And I was like, oh, this is what Guns N' Roses sounds like right now. And there was this like internal struggle or like crisis where I was like, I have to find a band that it sounds more like what I like,
Mhm.
that I can keep listening to. Because the truth is, I can listen to Appetite for Destruction and what's
Yeah.
that other one? The
Use
colored
Your
ones.
Illusion?
Use Your Illusion. I
One
can
and
listen
two.
to these albums on repeat for only so long, you know?
Yeah. I'm kind
So-
of burnt out on it too.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, here we go. And I remember I started jumping. There was a time where I was really into Iron Maiden. I thought they were my band. And I would start looking for like really like weird Iron Maiden songs that no one's ever heard of, like Sanctuary. And I was like, oh, hell yeah, Sanctuary. I don't actually think I like Sanctuary that much. I think I was just trying to. Or
Amazing.
and then I feel like there was for Foo Fighters for a while, and they were good.
No,
But
I
it
never
was
landed
like,
on them.
It was good. It was
No.
really good, but I'm like, I'll pass. Then Nirvana was awesome. Like, I clicked instantly. And then I'm like, Gilbert's like, Kurt Cobain's dead. I'm like, woo! I'm fucked again!
Yeah, I never landed on Nirvana either. I think immediately after Guns N' Roses, I think I had a little Rage Against the Machine.
Oh, yeah. I remember
deal.
Rage. Same. And then you realized, oh, yeah, they're fucked, too. They don't do
Yeah.
music anymore.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, they're not together anymore. So
Love to
yeah.
see
and
it.
then around there, I kind of found Daft Punk. Like I heard one of the songs, and it was like One More Time. Like, I've heard the song before, but I was like, I don't know, I was a kid. I was like
Yeah.
8 years old or something.
So you're like, let me listen to it one more time.
Yeah, literally. And then I'm like, wow, this is still really nice, even years after. Damn,
made
I
a
don't
pun
think I
there.
was even 8. That album came out in 2001. I was born in '94. I was what, 5, 4,
90
5, 6.
Yeah, around there. I don't know math. Release was
Re-
1.
Really?
Release
Elise was born in 2000. Damn.
No, I think he was 99.
99. 99. Yeah.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
But
yeah, and then the whole EDM boom happened as well. Like electronic
Yes,
music
I was
fucking
into that.
blasted, and I was super into that. That's how I got into music, basically.
Right,
Or
right.
or making music. And I regret it with all my fucking
But now
heart.
you're fucked again because Daft Punk is fucked.
Daft Punk's gone, yeah. Yeah.
What
they're
is, if you
gone.
had to say, like, if I asked you what your favorite musical group is, what would it be?
Like all time?
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be Daft Punk.
Okay, so then if I had to ask you what, one that still makes music. Something that you can sit here today and be like, I can't wait for the next album, realistically speaking.
I don't think I have one, because everything that I listen to now, they're not around.
Right, there's
or-
old shit.
Yeah, it's old. Fuck, I don't really have anything. It's either old or they're too niche to kind of release something.
Right.
MF Doom's dead, so I can't really say MF Doom.
Yeah.
I guess Flamingosas.
Okay.
Or Young Bae.
Okay.
You know?
That's legit. That's legit. That's pretty
Any of
legit.
those?
Yeah.
I'd be pretty excited for another album from them.
I think Young Bakes didn't they just drop an album?
Did they?
I haven't heard it, but yeah.
Young Bae.
But I had the same struggle. I remember that Metallica, when I eventually landed on Metallica, I heard Enter Sandman, and I was like, ugh. No, I heard Master of Puppets, and I was like, what are these transitions? What is this? This riff just lasts 5 minutes. I don't like it. But then I realized it would be my favorite fucking rock band of all fucking time, bro. Like, I fucking remember when Saint Anger came out, I sucked the fuck out of Saint Anger. I love Saint Anger. And Saint Anger's like a bad one. And Death Magnetic taught me that Saint Anger was bad.
Damn.
And then I loved Death Magnetic. And then I remember when they did the B-side, they was like, yo, they did more Metallica. I was like the Metallica kid, you remember? In like high school?
Yeah, absolutely.
It was like Alvin. I remember Alvin would like point it out. I'm like, damn, you guys realize how much like that? Is that obvious that I love Metallica? Okay. Yeah, now they're garbage because now they're just doing Death Magnetic 3.0. Like they found their sound with Death Magnetic, and that's what they're doing. So whatever. So right now, and again, after all those jumps from band to band, I feel like I've been blessed by the fact that I really like Bad Bunny.
Okay.
And like he's the only artist that I like, hands down. I sit here waiting for the next album, 100%.
Okay.
But if you told me what my favorite of all times, man, what is my fucking favorite? All right, because there was a while where I loved the Beatles. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
That was a
I
sad
do
time.
remember
Sad time.
Yeah.
I sat around and be like, I love the
Beatles.
Beatles.
Like at all. I respect
fucking whatever.
people liking it and stuff like that. I don't know. I don't.
The Beatles
vibe
are
with their
great.
stuff.
They're
I don't
great.
know.
You're an asshole. It's just they're dead.
They're not good.
All their songs are bops. They're all bops.
I don't know about that. It's really hard for me to get into them. I might like one or two songs and that's it.
I love them. But I guess it's Metallica because I feel like if you play Metallica, I won't look for it. Like I don't search for it actively on Spotify. But if you play it, I'll know the song. I know all the songs. So I feel like I'm that big because I can't say the same thing about Bad Bunny. I know all the Bad Bunny songs that are like sad, and all like the last 3 albums he did. Those I know all of those. But like if he'll do something that's like really gangster, I probably won't listen to it. I probably won't like it. But if it's like really old, I probably don't know it. So, but like Metallica, I've done my homework with them. So I guess that's it.
Yeah.
But man, it's tough. It's tough.
I had a
music.
Deadmau5 stinge at some point.
Yeah, that was a little. Those were dark
like-
days for you.
I like Deadmau5.
They're okay.
I still like Deadmau5.
He's all right. What's his name?
Joel.
Joel. He's all right. I just feel like it just comes off as generic after a while. Like I feel
Especially
like Deadmau5 is
now.
like the generic sound.
I He does. He did have that just kind of like usual house,
It's like
sound.
it's good,
right
but then I
now-
feel like I'm like, okay, Ghost and stuff, and then what else?
Oh, dude, you should listen to his new stuff because he branched out from that,
Yeah.
and it's more trip hop, like electronic,
Okay.
kind of like halftime or half step, just electronic music, and it's really nice because it's like funky and hip hop ish. He collaborated with Cypress Hill in one of those, and who else? He's done a couple good ass tracks recently.
Okay. When are you gonna email him?
Yeah. What?
So you gotta email him. You gotta email Joel.
Email what to come on to the podcast?
Well, I mean, to
Or-
just collab or something. I don't fucking know.
Collab.
The power of emails is what I've learned.
Okay.
It's unstoppable.
I've thought about doing something a little bit further than email.
Really?
I've thought about putting all my stuff onto like a USB and just sending that shit out into
I don't
like a
believe
nice
you.
little box.
Really?
Yeah, I've had the idea for a while.
Why don't
But
you?
I'm like, I don't know.
He's gonna throw it away immediately.
Yeah.
But there's a
feel that's the fear.
chance.
Yeah.
There's a chance.
There's a chance, but I don't know.
Look,
Huh?
I think I just got sent. Luis, is this Dead Mouse's email? What is this? What am I clicking?
There's a Tumblr.
What I
thing.
need you to unmute yourself and tell me what the fuck you just copy pasted on the Discord.
Google Analytics is
Yeah.
on here.
Are you that high? What is this? Hello?
Hi.
You there?
Hello.
Hi. Yo, what the fuck is this?
I don't know. I went to gmail.com.
Uh-huh.
Okay, well, it's just amazing. And he muted himself. Like, I just went to Gmail and copied the link. Just gave you whatever I found without actually.
Shut the fuck up. It's an honest mistake, bro.
Oh my god. Yo,
I don't know what you guys are seeing though, because when I click it, it just takes me to log in.
When I click
Uh,
it takes me to my email. It's like, what is this?
Same, yeah.
This is just my email. Like, thanks, I guess.
It gives you the mobile version.
The mobile version. It's not even
yeah,
the normal.
Yeah.
You're welcome. The power of email.
Oh man. I think
Maybe
that's
he was
a
trying to
great-
remind me I had an email.
Yes. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like it's a great point to stop the episode. That's so fucking funny, bro.
Yeah, that's good.
Holy shit. Okay, so anyways, thanks for watching. Deadmau5, if you are listening, we are not stalkers, we promise. And please
Alright,
come to our show.
That's not gonna fix.
It's not gonna fix it? Did that make it
No.
worse?
No, it's not gonna. Joel is very. He's an interesting character.
I know, I've seen his Twitch streams.
Yeah.
Make sure to follow us on Instagram, islandgems. No, that's not it. Make sure to follow us on Instagram, Island Gems Podcast, and on Twitter at
Twitter.
What is it on Twitter? Island Gems, Isle Gems, Island. Okay, I'm just gonna look it up real quick. I don't fucking know. Island Gems Cast. That's what it is. Island Gems Cast on Twitter and Island Gems Podcast on Instagram. There we go. Nailed it.
Also, our YouTube.
Also, our fucking YouTube, Island Gems Podcast. Leave a comment. We are 2 episodes behind because I haven't uploaded the last one on the YouTube, but I will. And we get a lot of views on that shit.
On YouTube?
Yeah, surprisingly amount. Like I went to the YouTube to see if it's even worth to keep uploading them, and then I saw like they get a decent amount. And I'm like, okay, sure.
Fine.
And then I'll I don't know who you people are, but yeah.
We'll,
So
we'll work around.
Yeah.
We'll work something for YouTube for sure. I feel like we should upload the fucking our session.
The Witcher, I was thinking about that. Let's do it for the next one. That way we are more aware that we're being recorded, and we can
fair.
like make it a little bit more dynamic that way.
Fair.
So let's do that. I think that's a good idea.
Okay.
Anyways, stick around for more on possibly next month or next week on Island Gems. See you guys. Peace.
Bye bye.